Hello students, I am Aniket Kirsch and today we will see what is QB64. QB64, it's a programming language, right? Now what is programming language? Programming language are the languages or the softwares in which we do the programming, in which we design programs. We know what is program, right? In microwave, in traffic signals, in lift from one floor to another floor. Just when we click one button, we can move from one floor to another floor. So what are all this? These all are due to programming. In microwave also we can fix the timing, we can fix the temperature. How this all things are possible? Because of the programming, right? So all these are programs. Inside everything, all such devices which are automatic, there is a program inside it. And these programs are written or designed in the softwares. They are considered as the programming languages, right? So programs, you understood, programming languages is a kind of software in which we do the programming. So programming language, program, you understood. And the third one, the person who design a program, who writes the coding, who writes the program is a programmer or software engineer or we can see coder. We can say many things we can say, right? So this programmer or programming language, these three terminologies, I hope you understood, right? Now, next, what is QB64? QB64 is a programming language. This we know, but this is the updated. Earlier there was a basic program, right? It was called basic. Then later on, what happened? The it was updated. Like earlier, C programming language was there. Then it was some editing was done on it. Some advanced version of it was released, and it was named as C++. In the same way, here also, basic was the first program, right? Then the advanced version of it, QBasic, QBasic 64, like this, all advanced versions came, right, in the past. So this programming language is used for learning purpose basically, right? When we learn this QB64, then we will be able to do the higher programs also, right? It will become easy for us to learn Python, how and other programming languages, Java and all, because the basic concepts, the basic statements used in all these programming languages are same, right? So QB64 is one of the that language which is very easy for us, for the beginners, right, to learn the to enter into the field of programming. So uh, what is program? What is programming language? What is who is programmer? These all things we understood. Now the next is QB64. This programming language, from where we will get this QB64 programming language, this software. So what we have to do, just go to Google, okay? Just open your browser, go to the Google search engine and just search QB64 free download. It is an open source programming language. You can easily download it from the internet, right? You can easily download. Just you have to search on a Google QB64 free download and click. Then you will get a link. Let me show you. See, on Google, we have to just write QB64 free download like this, okay? And here you can see qb64.org. The link here we have to click. Then here, download QB64. You can easily click this button and you can easily download it on your system, right? Now, after downloading, what you have to do? After downloading, when it is downloaded and it will be stored inside your system, the file will be stored there will be there in the download section of your system. Then just double click on it, and then you have to click on run button. and then okay, next, next, next. Just you have to click on that, and this software will be installed on your system. Getting? First you have to download and then execute that file, install that file on your system. After that, how you open? After that, just go to the start button, and either you can go to the all program section. Here also you'll see, here also somewhere QBasic will be there, or in the search box you can directly write QB64 like this. Understood? Now see here, and we will open this qb.exe, qb64.executable file, and see the interface of the QB64 will be like this. The blue screen will be there on your screen. Now, here you have to write some codings, right? In the first line, we will write some codings, right? Second line, and like this, we will do the codings. We will write the statements, right? So, what all things we will write here? So, programming language we are seeing, right? So, like English language, in Hindi language, these all are also are languages. So, in English language, we are having a dictionary, right? In dictionary, we are having various words, Using that words, we use to frame the sentences, and that sentences are used to communicate with each other, right? Words then sentence, right? The same thing is here also. In the programming language, there's a set of words in a dictionary. Getting? The keywords are there in the dictionary which are used to write the program, because only that words will be understood by the, only that words, the meaning of that words are there in the dictionary. So if you will write the programming completely in our English language, then it will not understand. So the words which are defined in the programming language, in the dictionary of the programming language, we have to write the program in that language only. Getting? So what we will do, we will first, we are learning the programming language means what? We have to understand that what all words are there in that dictionary and how to use that words, right? Like that of English language. Same here. So here, let me show you. In this QB64 interface in this programming language, this, and just for example, I'm showing you here, one keyword is there, which is known as the print. Let me show you, P-R-I-N-T, print. Print, I have written print, then space. I'll give space. Now here what I will do, here in double quotes, I will open double quote, and double quote, in double quote, I'll going to write some statement like hello. Hello I have written, okay? Hello I have written. Now I am closing this double quotes. Means print, then space, then double quotes. Between the double quotes, we will write one statement. Any sentence, long sentence also we can write. Okay. After writing, this is the print is the keyword which is defined in the dictionary of this programming language, right? So print, then space, then without within the double quotes, whatever we will write will be printed in the output screen. Now, after writing this statement or number of statement, we will do the codings, then we will execute a file, right? We will run the program. So how to run the program? So here in the top, you can see run option, right? Go to this run tab and click on this start. Let's wait. It is in the bottom side, you can see creating .exe file. So it is executing that file. Whatever statements we have written in this are executing. So the output window will be generated. Wait for, see, the output window is there on our screen. In output window, what is written? Hello, right? Hello is written in our output screen. Now, suppose I'm closing it. Suppose I am here, I am in place of hello. I am writing hello, I am Aniket. Right? Now again I am running it. See, in the output screen, you can see what is there in the output screen. Hello, I am Aniket. Right now, again, I am closing it. So you understood, right? The print keyword is used to print something. And with print, there we will write some statement on double quotes, right? Then it will automatically understand, okay, this I have to print on the output screen. When this codes will be executed, I have to present this, right? Now, next I am telling you one concept I want to tell you first. In programming language, one term is variable. Variable, what is variable? Let us learn first. Variable, when we create variable during the programming, so variables are the locations in the memory where some value can be stored, where some data can be stored. For example, let me show you. So in this programming, uh, first let me show you that I am writing a equal to 5, getting a equal to 5 I am writing, and then b equal to 7, a equal to 5, b equal to 7, and then c equal to a plus b. Okay, these three statements I have written. So a equal to 5, whenever this file will be, this program will be executed, when this first line will be executed, it will read. When we will execute it, we will run this program line by line. It will read, right? It will be read by the compiler or the interpreter. These are the programs which will run the program, run your program, right? So whatever statement or coding or line statement you have written, this will be executed line by line. So a equal to 5, when it will first read a equal to 5, first line, then it will understand, okay, a is the location in the memory. The location with the name a will automatically be created, and 7 will, this 5 will be stored inside it. Getting what I am trying to say? See, a equal to 5 means what? A equal to 5 means in the memory, somewhere in the memory, this is the memory, suppose we represent it using the boxes, right? See, this is the memory, and when it will read, when the program will be executed, the first line a equal to 5. So a equal to 5, what it will do after reading this line, the program will create one location in the memory. Its name is a, right? Suppose this like randomly anywhere in the memory, it will select one space and it will be located with the name a. And 5, a equal to 5 means 5 will be stored inside it. Getting 5 will be stored inside this location. A is the name of the location and 5 is stored inside it. Okay, now this will happen, and then after this, again in the next line, b equal to 7, b equal to 7. So what it will do, again when it, this program will read next line b equal to 7, in randomly it will choose any location, suppose this location b, right, b, and on the basis of this b equal to 7, it will store 7 here. Means we can say, see, right to left, 5 will be stored inside a, 7 will be stored inside b. This equal to is what, you know, this equal to means assigning operator. Equal to is assigning operator. So 5 will be assigned inside a, 7 will be inside assigned inside b. So a, b, all these are the location in the memory which will be created automatically. Then the next line, c equal to a plus b. C equal to a plus b means what? A, the value inside the a and b will be added and will be stored inside c. So c will be created somewhere in the memory, and the addition of a and b will be stored inside this c. What is the value? 12, right? A plus b, 5 plus 7 equal to 12. C will be stored inside this. Getting, this is the concept line by line, how these three lines will be executed. See here you can see a equal to 5, b equal to 7, and c equal to a plus b. I told you how this statement one by one will be executed and how the things will happen in the backside. Okay. Now let me print print. Print what I will write C. Print C. Okay, print C means I want to print the value which is stored inside the C. So now I am running this. See, I can click here to run the program, then go to run tab, then start button, or I can directly from my keyboard, I can press F5. F5 is the shortcut key to execute, to run a program. Getting? See, 12 is the answer. 12 is the answer. Getting? Again, see what I told you. When you will write anything with print statement in a double quotes like this, then what will happen? What will happen? It will be printed as it is. If I run this, it will be printed as it is. What will be printed? C will be printed because inside the double quotes it is there, right? See, C is printed, right? In the output screen, we can see C written, C is written. And suppose I will not write the C in double quotes. So the value which is stored inside the C will be shown. See, now C will not be printed because it is not in double quotes. The value inside the C, what is the value inside C? 12 is there, right? The addition of A plus B is there. So here what we have seen, here we are having three statement, fourth statement, how these things are happened, how programmings are done. I hope you understood, right? What are the variables, is locations on a memory, right? Like this. Understood? So this is programming. This is QBasic or QB64. Understood? So this is the introduction. I hope you understood, right? Okay then. That's it for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.